Okay, I'm just gonna process some ceremony pictures in Lightroom. This is bright enough down here, so I just want to lighten up the top by turning the shadows up. Okay, one next. Sorry, I should be thinking out loud. I'm going to turn the temp up because this is like backlit and I like how that looks. One next. Get that extra hand out of the picture. Okay, let me jump ahead to the church because the person I had processing these is having some issues with the incandescent lighting. I did the dropper tool on this, and I like the color of their skin right now. Just tweaking the exposure a little bit. Contrast, that's it. That's all I'm doing to that picture. Then I'm going to hit previous. So I did the same thing. Previous. And I'm going to zoom in. I think this one has 1/80th. It looks like it has some camera shake. It's a little out of focus, so I'm not going to keep it. Previous. So I did the previous settings. Let's go back, reset it to its original settings. Okay, first I'm going to level it. Change the composition a little bit. Okay. I think the exposure is fine. I don't want to wash it out. I'm going to take the dropper tool, click on something white to color correct it. Go up a little bit with the exposure. That's all I'm going to do. One next. Reset. This one just needs to get a little cooler. Keep the exposure how it is. Return. One next. Dropper tool for the white balance. I only put that up +10. One next. One next. I'm going to hit previous. Exposure a little bit on this one. Turn the clarity up just a little bit. One next. Okay, reset this to its original. You can see it's yellow. I used the flash. I think the ceiling had some brown beams in it. Color correct. There. Shadows up to brighten the bottom part of the picture. Clarity up a little bit. One next. Okay, now I'm gonna jump ahead. Here, hit previous. I'm gonna jump ahead to some of the altar pictures. I'm not doing anything with the exposure on these. These are, you know, nice and vibrant. I don't need to do anything to these. Just level it, bring it closer, and just put the clarity up a little bit. But +11, that's it. That's it. The picture is fine how it is. I don't need to turn up the exposure. Okay, so let's go to these altar pictures. Next, out of focus, but I'm going to hit previous to keep my settings. Previous, keep my settings. It's still out of focus. Previous, there, this one's in focus. This is good. One next. go to the original settings on this. That's it. Maybe warm it up a little bit. That's it. Previous. Turn the exposure up a little bit. That's it. Clarity. Touch. This looks a little yellow, so I'm going to turn the temp down. That's all I'm doing. Okay, bride coming down the aisle. Backlit bride coming down the aisle. Zoom in to see if it's in focus. Nope, not even going to keep that one. Okay. This might be good how it is. I just did the temp with the dropper tool. Turn the exposure up a little bit. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Clarity, a little bit. That's it. Okay. Let's see. I know the groom's shirt was white. Her gown was also white. One next. Let's see. And I think the back wall was a very light pink. One next, and let's see, these altar shots. Level it. Turn the exposure up a little bit. Temp on the groom's collar. Looks a little blue. Okay, I'm going to keep it right there. This one's out of focus. Okay. Auto, turned it a little green, so I'm gonna take it away from the green a little bit. Okay, what I also can do is get some detail back in the altar, burn. Turn the highlights down, clarity up, exposure down. Pretty blown out, so it's not going to bring much back. Okay, okay, then okay, so this one, autocorrect, barely touch the exposure, turn the shadows up a little bit, contrast up a little bit. Saturation, or the temp down just a tad. And that's all I'm going to do with that one. Okay, so now I'm going to upload these to compare them to the ones that were already edited.